you guys, thank you in the comment sections. You taught me how to say this correctly. Koenigsegg.
Good job.
They do pretty good.
I think
Koenigsegg. Correct me if I'm wrong. Koenigsegg. They have the new Koenigsegg. I'm going to keep saying it. Koenigsegg Jesko or Jesko, depending on what side of the pond you're on.
Dude, you're going to get lit up for saying that wrong.
Koenigsegg Jesko or Jesko. They have a twin turbo V8 1600 horsepower production car. Now, it's silly to call.
Wait. This is the product. That's not like a tuned crazy one.
No.
This is
that's
their
from the factory. They're just like, yeah, it's 16 of them.
They're just
16 of the
there,
hundreds.
They're like, oh, the demon's cute.
Yeah, right?
That's
Everything's
insane.
cute compared to that. So
More than double.
all right, now that's awesome as it is.
Okay.
There's so much cooler stuff to it. So they
Tell
have
me
done
more.
so much work to lower the inertia in the powertrain. So they don't have a transmission with a clutch that transfers power to the transmission where it shifts gears. It's directly to the gearbox. The engine connects directly to the
What?
gearbox, and there are small clutch packs in between each gear.
What?
Yep. And they're like this big.
What?
Clutch packs in between each gear. And
So
that's
each gear has its own clutch.
yes.
What?
So expensive clutch change, but each gear has its own clutch. And I think it's an 8-speed, I want to say.
Holy cow.
I forget exactly. So
So you don't have the flywheel, the pressure plate, everything like that to spin up and disconnect the entire driveline. It's a dual clutch transmission on steroids because
yeah,
it's literally
it's like
every
a
single
16
gear.
clutch transmission or whatever. Yeah.
Oh my
Insane.
gosh.
So it's the engine connects directly to the gearbox. So no flywheel, no whatever, no clutch, none of that stuff.
Right.
So because their whole point was to lower the inertia of the engine. So not only could they have 1600 horsepower, like you see these, and they're insane too. The Viper by Calvo Motorsports,
Yeah.
those things are pushing $2,000 plus
Insane.
horsepower. But like them getting up there, it's a slow build. Like their race
Right.
is like 100 to 200 plus is like
which
how
is
they race.
insane.
It's not like a 0 to whatever.
Yeah.
So this is the fastest revving production engine. It's also the fastest the fastest shifting gearbox.
Holy cow.
It is insane.
So they got both. So essentially, obviously they have the huge horsepower number to brag about.
Yeah.
But they were focused on getting to that high horsepower number faster
Yep.
in the process.
What I would love to see
That's
is
insane.
a dyno chart. Because so people can be like, yeah, 1600 horsepower. Like you see like 4 cylinders pushing out 1,000 plus. It's like they hit it like there. And it's finally there. And then it immediately drops off.
Right.
I would imagine this gets there pretty quick and probably holds around there for
insane.
longer in its powertrain.
I wonder how much boost this thing runs at.
Yeah, well, it's twin turbo and there's like no lag. So it's twin turbo and it's still the fastest revving. You know,
That's
typically you got
insane.
boost lag and like
Right.
doesn't rev as fast.
Right. Yeah,
So-
usually you have, because you have to lower your compression ratio to
Right.
be able to put in a bunch of boost. So it's usually a little bit weak in the bottom end.
Yep.
Is it a flat plane crank?
Yep.
Oh,
I think so.
still gotta sound
I think
amazing.
it has to be to
I would
to
imagine.
get up to-
yeah. Well, I'd imagine if they're looking at weight reduction stuff
because I
for
think
the inertia.
it goes to like 10K RPM or something. So this is the owner, which
Okay.
I love. He's just like
He's such a car nerd.
he
It's
is.
so cool. Have you
He's-
seen the documentary about them? It was on Netflix a while ago. I'll send you the link. To
Yeah,
it.
that'd be cool.
It's him talking about they bought an airport. And so their facility's at an airport because he wanted a runway to test cars on.
That's
so like they just
amazing.
do it outside. and
That's
test cars.
amazing.
It's so cool.
Every other car manufacturer take notes. Obviously, like most of them won't do that. Can't do that. They're,
Maybe
they're
someday
making economy
maybe
cars.
someday
but
we'll buy an airport.
I
That'd be
would
pretty
love
cool.
to buy an airport. That would be amazing.
So guys, buy a shirt. Thirdpedalpodcast.com.
Yeah,
We're saving
buy
up
some
for-
shirts. We're trying to buy an airport. And you guys, whoever has a shirt, that's your entry pass. You can come by with your shirt, show the little third pedal on the side, come in and run your
Yep.
car. We'll probably have to talk to an attorney about liability or something like that. Whatever.
Just sign a bunch
We'll
of like
cross
whatevers.
that bridge
Yeah.
when we get to it,
Right.
as they say. So this is the owner in the Koenigsegg. Am I saying that correctly? So this is the startup and the revving of it. So he doesn't go. I was hoping he'd just pin it, just like.
Here, hop in.
he
Let's
does
go out
have
on my
some-
runway.
Yeah, he does have some fun though.
Tell us how fast the engine is revving per second.
Go back.
Laptop connected to the control system of the car, and we've set up a test file which will tell us.
He's got a laptop in his car.
Yeah, he's literally got a laptop in the front seat. So no
Sorry.
matter how much money you have to spend on a car, you can still be a cool tuner.
Yep, love it.
You can still have
Anyway,
a laptop.
sorry.
Dude, imagine. So that's the joke, right? You like pull up next to a Honda Civic and you see a laptop in the front seat and you're like, I'm going to lose for sure. Imagine pulling up to a $3 million car and there's a laptop in the front seat.
Oh my
You just
gosh.
be like, I can't even, sure, take my car. I'm
Yeah.
not going to
It's
get
over.
any. Yeah, not gonna get close.
Oh my
This
gosh.
thing, so it's all lightweight, obviously. Look,
Yeah.
it's carbon fiber tub and everything, carbon fiber everything. They have carbon fiber forged wheels. everything. So the
Dude,
whole focus is like lowering the mechanical loss of horsepower,
like everywhere,
and lowering mechanical inertia. So you're not having like, because if you have a super heavy flywheel, like it keeps your inertia up while you're going, so it keeps you, lets you have a little bit more torque at the higher range.
But you have that rev hang of like as soon as you're.
Right.
Oh, I mean, this doesn't have the problem of shifting, but like that's something that people will do in an engine. You go second gear 2 and you push the clutch in, and it's that.
Yeah. If you ever rev up you have a stock car, you like rev it up, it's like goes way back down.
Right.
So try that in your car and then listen to this.
A laptop connected to the control system of the car, and we've set up a test file which will tell us how fast the engine is revving per second. So let's have a go.
That's a gorgeous car.
Yeah.
So first I will just blip a little bit to get a sense. It's just.
Isn't that nuts how fast it comes back down?
It sounds like an Indy car.
Mm-hmm.
And now I activate the log here and let just the engine settle in. And here we go. And I will check the data.
I love that you see him move. He's so happy. He's just revving it up.
So like you've revved your engine before. There's a little bit of fear of like how long are you gonna push the pedal and how far are you gonna push the pedal because you don't want to like blow a rod out of your engine.
My car's should be pretty secure. It still freaks me out to rev it.
Because like we have rev limiters and stuff, so like we know it's not gonna be that bad, but like it's still nerve wracking. I can't imagine sitting in that being like, I'm gonna push the pedal real quick and we're gonna hit probably 10,000 RPM. Let's go.
And it's new. Like this is like in production, like newer car. It's not like there's a million of them out there. And like the first 2 years they had issues and then they fixed it.
Right.
It's like he just made this.
Oh my
gosh. And
gosh.
it's just like pinning it.
So
it's amazing.
What's the data that he
so
what does it look like?
I took a look at the logs and calculated the average engine acceleration. So we're going from full idle to 7,800 RPM in 213 milliseconds, and that's an average of 31,700.
So idle, which is probably 1,000-ish, I'm guessing, for this type of engine, to almost $8,000, almost 8,000 RPM
insane.
In what did he say? 0.23 milliseconds?
200 and something milliseconds. So 0.2 seconds.
0.2 something seconds.
That's insane. A fifth of a second.
Yeah.
It's revving 2 redline.
31,700
wow
RPM per second over the whole.
31,000 RPM per second revving, which is like you can't really do that. But isn't that insane?
That is nuts.
And it sounds
that is insane.
Awesome.
It sounds so good.
Yeah,
wow.
and
no footage of it driving.
This is my favorite. Not that I found on this one.
Okay.
This is my favorite part, though. I think this is it.
Over the whole.
That's crazy.
That I love that he's like, it's his car. He made this thing, and he's just like, he's so impressed. He's like, oh wow, that's crazy,
dude. Watching him talk about it though, like, so like you saw the clip of the so in the thing that we released a few weeks back of the short that we had about the Dodge that was like, how are they getting away with this mileage thing?
Yeah,
and that's their video, like, we're different. We're trying to be like they're all braggy about it.
Yeah.
And it feels like this guy's not that at all. Like he's in a completely different league where he's like, yeah, it's like 1,600 horsepower. Should rev up pretty fast. We got a laptop in here. We're gonna see how it goes. And like, and he's like, that was a fifth of a second. And he's like, man, that's pretty nuts. Wow, geez.
That's crazy.
Like it's not. They've somehow, like we talked about this a few weeks ago too. Like where, like supercars, they go really quick from like unlicensed video game car to like a couple like iconic ones. Somehow they're one of the iconic ones, but such a small like volume producer in that space, but they're doing such crazy stuff. It's like, they're just the quiet ones. They're not like pushing anything. It's just like, yeah, we make like stupid fast cars. Like how
they
fast?
must
like,
make a lot of money with the cars, but they don't sell that many of them, right? There's not a lot out there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this one car is $3 million though, so that's a pretty price tag for something like that.
It's the fastest production revving engine I've ever heard. That's insane.
Yeah, that's because you made the fastest revving production engine ever.
In the world for production car, right? I love it. He's so like nonchalant about it, right?
That's amazing.
It's not scripted. He's not like, this is what I'm telling you. These are my talking points from the shareholders or whatever. You know, it's like he's just talking about it. So I could probably find one of it driving real quick. It looks so nuts. Like even that like reverse-ish looking spoiler. It's active. It's slowing it down. Launch it. Launch it. Do it. It's like $3 million. Come on, let's go.
Choke change. He's doing it.
The turbos spool so quickly. Look at this, has got like tape on it. This is like a test model. The flames.
That's awesome.
Wow, that sounds sick.
Wow. Cool.
I'm not gonna lie, that was a little bit underwhelming.
It was a little bit underwhelming.
Okay.
But
it sounds awesome.
great. To hear it under load and to listen.
Yeah.
I was more curious like what the shift points were going to sound like.
That
and it was
shifts so
interesting.
fast.
Yeah. It sounds like an Indy car. It
Yeah.
literally just sounds like an
it
Indy car.
does.
Which is insane.
Wow. That's
cool.
awesome.